Hi, everybody. My name is Linda Robert, and I'm your relationship coach. This week, we are going to continue to explore and discover who we are by putting some emphasis on our life purpose and our life vision. Life purpose and life vision are very closely related. Your purpose is the big picture mission or the reason why you're here, and your vision is the daily expression of living your life in congruence with your purpose. Just going to be continuing here. Change the slide. There you go. And so today you're going to be able to discover what your life purpose is. You're going to discover your life vision as well as your values of who you want to be. So it's quite a journey. So let me start with a bit of an introduction here. During Module 2, we'll talk about life purpose and life vision, but first let's review some of the content from the last module. You know, we all hear voices in our head, and some are really nasty voices, and we'll call that your inner critique voice. That's the voice you hear in your head that will drive you crazy, especially when you've messed up or when you're doing something that's completely out of the norm. It will tell you, "What are you doing? Don't be so stupid," or "Don't be so crazy." Often limiting beliefs will be expressed by the voice of the inner critique. It says negative things to you that often support your limiting beliefs. That voice, if you pay attention to it, may be a voice from the past, like your father's voice or your mother's voice, telling you, "Don't do this," or "Don't do that," or "You're crazy if you think you can do this. You'll never amount to anything." And if you pay attention to it, it will often stop you from doing something you want to do. The inner critique is the subconscious mind speaking from the seat of learned behaviors and are usually in opposition to your conscious belief or desires. It is the voice that holds you back from accomplishing what you truly want to do. So you do not want to pay attention to that voice. You need to be aware first of that voice, and most of us are. Then you need to not believe what it's saying to you because it could actually ruin your life. It's the voice that holds you back from accomplishing everything that you truly want to accomplish. It's important to calm the inner critique, and meditation helps with that, as well as acknowledging the inner critique and replacing it with a more gentle, caring, and loving voice. I call mine my gentle aunt. We all have that inner voice, and it usually whispers to us, which is why we don't always hear it. It's important to calm the inner critique with meditation. Now, sometimes we may not always want to do some meditation, and so we might just want to say hush, hush, shh, and want to replace it with a positive belief. It's also important to be aware of, at least have an inkling to what may be preventing you from truly enjoying your life as a single. The belief "I'm not enough," or "I won't be able to do this," or "they won't like me," usually creeps up. So pay attention. When does it show up? Under what circumstances does it show up? And you might want to start practicing the tips that we've covered in Module 1. It gets easier in time, so don't give up. First, you need to be aware that you have beliefs, and some beliefs are very good for you because they help you make wise decisions and sometimes keep you out of trouble. But some beliefs are limiting. They act like brakes on your progress. You can take all the action steps in the world, but if you don't change those beliefs, they're going to hold you back. So some beliefs are limiting, and they do act like brakes on your progress. And if you're serious about achieving your life goals, you cannot hide behind a belief system that was forged in childhood and which continues to hold you back in adulthood. So the process for retraining our mind or our subconscious mind is to pay attention. Start being aware of what is happening in your life. Are you able to achieve what you want, or do you find yourself stuck? Be paying attention to the inner critique voice and what it's telling you. Once you recognize that voice, you can make a decision to not pay attention to it. Then you need to take action. And that could mean being clear about what you want and developing a new belief statement, which will help you move forward. That process takes a minimum of 30 days and needs to be done every time. So every time a limiting belief shows up, you want to start practicing that gentle ant voice, for example, as well as that new statement that you've created. Awareness plus choice and action will lead you to a positive change. In time, the inner critique loses power and hides because it knows that you are a lot more than that. And by the time it comes out again, you're already aware and making a great choice, and the critique voice starts disappearing. So let's talk a little bit about what this module is going to be about. Right. I'm going to read this quote from Steve Jobs. It says, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They sometimes already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Stay hungry and stay foolish." I just love that quote from Steve Jobs. So let's go on and talk about Module 2, My Life Purpose and My Life Vision. Life purpose and life vision are very closely related. Your purpose is the big picture mission, or the reason why you're here. And your vision is the daily expression of living your life in congruence with your purpose. So your purpose could be entitled, "Why am I here?" While your vision could be, "How will I live in congruence with my purpose?" Envision setting out on a trip from Los Angeles to New York. Imagine seeing your route from a 30,000-foot level where you only see an outline of the United States, with a red line indicating the route from LA to New York. This is the top level map, the purpose of your destination and route. Not a lot of detail, but a clear path across the country from where you are to where you want to go. In order to see the specific route, you need to take the more required detailed version of the map, your vision, which is like a GPS. That indicates the actual roads you'll need to travel to get to New York. Your purpose is your overall destination, and your vision is the journey you take to get there. Once both are clear, you will have no problem reaching your destination quickly and easily. Now, just imagine that you don't have a destination, but you set out on a road trip anyways. You would spend your time and your life wandering aimlessly across the country, never knowing where you're going. The frustrations would be countless and the journey very disappointing. You would spend your time wondering, where am I going? I'm not sure. I don't know where I'm going. The frustrations would be countless and the journey really disappointing. It would be like referring to a map of France as you make decisions about where to make your next turn. Not only would you become very confused, but you would certainly have lost all possibility of reaching your desired destination. That's because your destination, the purpose, doesn't match the detailed map, the vision that you have chosen to get there. Yet, how many single people live their lives like that, trying to get somewhere that will make them happy and fulfilled, only to discover they're following a map created by someone else, perhaps by their parents, their boss, their religion, their society, for example. So, by becoming clear about your life purpose and your life vision, you come to understand the meaning of your life and your unique role in the world. Taking the time to envision why you are here and how you want to live your life will help you to select or create the right map that will guide you to your own unique future. You already have a life purpose and a life vision, but like an iceberg, most of your purpose and vision lies below the surface, waiting to be discovered. Your purpose and vision are powerful parts of you that drive your energy, your thoughts, your feelings, your wants, your needs, and your choices. You do not choose them, you discover them, and you do not have control over them. Your purpose and vision are inseparable aspects of who you are and serve as your inner guidance system, driving you towards certain choices and away from other choices. Don't you think it's time you figured it out? Well, let's talk a little bit about life purpose now, because it's a little bit different. Everyone has a life purpose, one that is unique and special. There is not just one life purpose for everyone. Each one of us is unique, and therefore each one of us has a unique life purpose. It is the reason for our existence, our mission in life, our reason for living. Your life purpose doesn't have to change the world like finding a cure or a reason for living. Your life purpose can simply be very simple. Once you realize what your purpose is, it's going to change your life inexorably. It will allow you to just be. Be who you are and express yourself authentically. One secret of happiness is not doing what you love, but just loving what you do. Your life purpose will guide you to find what you love to do. Once you have the overall content of your purpose all worked out, you can begin setting goals that are congruent with that purpose. You must align your purpose with your needs, your abilities, and your desires. Your purpose tells you what you should do. Your needs, money, shelter, clothing, dictate what you must do. And your abilities, like your skills, your talents, and your education, they dictate what you can do. And your desires, the enjoyable work or the passion that you want, dictate what you want to do. Taken individually, each of these areas will only point you in a general direction. But when you put them all together, you'll find it easier to set a point in a general direction, in a very specific direction, and practical goals that form your life vision. This way, you'll be setting goals that help you fulfill your purpose, meet your needs, do what you love to do, and do what you're really good at. Understanding your life purpose can help you gain enlightenment. It can help you feel better, to do better, to just be better. It can help you focus your life by helping you make choices that are in alignment with your purpose and your vision. It can help you improve an existing career or find a new and better career. It can help you determine compatibility, such as when you're dating or when you get married or in business partnerships, for example, or friendships. It could also help you have fewer problems and make fewer mistakes. It could reduce fear, stress, anxiety, and worry. It could help you have more confidence. It could help you make a real difference in the world in your own unique way. and it can help you gain genuine long-term happiness and personal professional fulfillment. Now let's talk a little bit about life vision, shall we? Developing a life vision that is congruent with your life purpose is the path to true happiness and fulfillment. It is the expression in everyday living of the big plan for your life. And when you are incongruent and in alignment with your life purpose and living your vision, it just feels right. You feel at ease with what you're doing and where you're going in your life. There's no discomfort or feeling of being unsettled. Nothing is missing. Your life is in balance. Some people are dissociated from their vision because they don't realize they have a life vision or a life purpose. They have been trained to do what others want, like what their parents want them to do, or their teachers or their peers, and gradually they lose their dream. They're unaware and they operate mostly on a subconscious level, sleepwalking through life. They're numbed by stress, making them robotic and functioning at only the most rudimentary of levels. Or they lack self-prioritization and don't put themselves first, even though they are the center of their universe. Or they are afraid to dream big or have learned to dream small because they feel they don't deserve more. They have low self-esteem. So you have some homework this week, and it's already in the private portal. And so I'm going to be explaining each one of these homework. You'll find them all associated with Module 2 in your private portal. So the mind map, the my collage, the what I want to be, do, and have, exercise 7 being my perfect day, exercise 8, my values and who I want to be, exercise 9, my life purpose, and exercise 10, my vision statement. So let me just go through each one of these, and that way you'll have a really good idea of what you have to do. Everything is already in the private portal, so it shouldn't be too difficult to find for you. So exercise 4 is my mind map. Mind mapping, it's a really actually interesting activity to do. It's a tool that will help you tap into your brain's natural creative thinking process. Now, most of us have been conditioned to think linearly, following one strand of thought at a time and listing ideas associated with that one strand. This limits us because the mind's natural thinking process follows a pattern of radially expanding associations generated from a single thought or image. You will be surprised by how many ideas your mind generates when you're given the freedom to think radically. So in exercise 4, my mind map, that's exactly what you're going to be doing. And the instructions are in the private portal. When it comes to exercise 5, now I've given you a choice. You could do one or the other, or you can do both if you have the time. With my collage, what you're going to be doing is, again, it's another one of those exercises that will help you tap into your subconscious for clues about your hidden dreams. You're going to be selecting images that you react to positively and with a strong emotion, as these represent your deep and hidden desires. And these images, when you assemble them, create a visual collage that will provide insights into what brings you ultimate fulfillment. So what you can do is take magazines and simply remove the images that actually bring a feeling of feeling positive or that emits a strong emotion, and you start putting them together on a piece of board, not a board, but a piece of paper or a poster board. I remember when I did mine and I put it up on my wall, and that way it gave me a really good idea. So that's exercise number 5, and you want to enjoy yourself doing that activity. It can be quite fun to do. And don't forget, when we said about eliciting an emotion, it could be a positive emotion or a negative emotion as well. So exercise number 6, what I want to be, to do, or to have. This one, again, is there to reveal more of your hidden beliefs, hidden dreams, and hidden aspirations by identifying 100 things you want to be, 100 things you want to do, and 100 things you want to have in your life. And so you will notice some patterns emerging, and that is also going to be providing you with further insights into what you want. It might also point out a couple of limiting beliefs as well. When you go, I'm always only thinking of the same thing, you might notice that some limiting beliefs are coming up. So don't filter any of the information that you're writing. Allow yourself to just have fun with this. Now, the next one is one of my favorite activities, actually. It's called The Perfect Day in My Perfect Life. And this one's a lot of fun. It will require you to, get in a comfortable spot, and you might put some relaxation music on if you want to as well. But start imagining your perfect day in your most perfect life. And what would it actually look like? And you'd want to start with, the first thing in the morning when you wake up, to everything that is absolutely perfect. So it's a perfect day up until the end of the night when you go to bed. So this is a fun activity. And again, everything is in the private portal already for you to start, writing it out for you. In exercise 8, my values and who I want to be. Now, this is pretty straightforward, but we're going to be asking you to start thinking of the values. Now, we all have values that are aligned with our life purpose, whether we're aware of them or not. So when we live our life aligned with our values, we fulfill one of the highest needs for our life, to have meaning. So in this particular exercise, you're going to have to choose some values, choose your top 5 values, and eventually in that exercise, you'll also have to talk about what your legacy is and what changes you need to make in your life in order to live that legacy or live in line with your values. And going now to exercise 9, the exercise 9, my life purpose. This is when you're going to start writing down your life purpose, but it has 3 parts. First, the first part is motivation. So this part includes activities that are in line with things that you truly, truly want to do, things that nurture you, things that restore you. Also, in activity number 10, you're going to be writing down a vision statement. And there's a couple of examples here that I can provide you with. For example, in your lifestyle, what is it that you want? I live, and then you would go on and explain what it is. So your vision statement actually evolves from all of the previous work you've done to bring your vision to the surface. You're going to be reviewing your other activities that you've done in order to start writing some of the vision statements that you have for yourself. So that'll be it for your activities. I think that's enough. And of course, you want to enjoy yourself while you're doing that. You want to be open to being open to anything that comes up, even if you have to dream big. Now, that's the whole idea of this activity, is to allow yourself to dream big. In the next few modules, we're going to be, in the last one in particular, you'll be writing an action plan. So these type of activities here are leading to the action plan that you'll be doing in the last module. So again, the Q&A will be this week at the end of the week, and I'll have information in your private portal about the Q&A. And in the meantime, if there's anything you need to discuss with me, you can always send me through the discussion board in your private portal as well, a comment or some questions, and I'll be able to respond to them through your private portal as well. So in the meantime, I hope that you have yourself a great week, and we will see you on, or talk to you, I should say, on Sunday night. Bye-bye.